Coming up next, I'm going to help you leaders determine whether or not you're in your leadership sweet spot. And then remote workers are seeking more credentials, why and what that means to you. Work fails. We're going to have some fun with that. And of course, we take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, folks, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show, coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville. And you've joined a conversation about you, specifically what you were born to do. And we're going to look at that professional purpose. What were you created to do in your work? You were created to fill a unique role. You were needed. So that means you must do it. Somebody out there needs you to be you. So that's what we're about. So we got three basic groups of people that are engaging in the show. The people who have no idea what they want to do, still confused, still trying to figure it out. You got those who know what they want to do but aren't quite sure how to do it or how to get there or when to make the move. And then those who know both of those things. They know what they're supposed to do. They know how to get there. But fear, finances, family, failure holding them back. So welcome to the conversation. 844-747-2577. All right. More and more, we're getting calls from people who are getting promoted and moving into leadership. And they're like, Ken, am I ready? Am I ready? And some of you are going, I'm in a leadership role. I don't know if I'm progressing, if I'm doing well. So I want to take our basic core methodology, the sweet spot, where you use what you do best, talent, to do work you love, passion, to produce results that matter to you, mission. And let's just look at this very briefly as we get started today from a leadership context and a sweet spot. I think one of the greatest challenges for leaders is to remain in a place of clarity as it relates to what my unique leadership role is. Now, I'm in leadership, that's the role, but what's my specific leadership role? I'm in leadership, but now how do I lead? How do I best lead? And I think it's really about the leadership sweet spot. So you would simply assess yourself and get your team to assess you. Uh-oh. By the way, don't be too nervous about this, leaders, because they already assess you. They already kind of have their own opinion of where you're really strong, where you're not so strong. So let's start there with talent and skills. This is where I excel as a leader. Okay? So that's that extra level of introspection. I got these talents as a person, and then obviously I have these talents as a leader, but how do they apply to my leadership to where I go, okay, this is where I'm the best at leading. So that's talent. Now, as you're looking at that, you want to also go, okay, as I take inventory and I begin to get very, very clear on what I do best as a leader, I need to go, oh, so let's point out what I don't do well as a leader. And when I can point out what I don't do well as a leader, now all of a sudden we've got ourselves the ultimate list. I should be doing a lot of this. I should not be doing much of this. It's real simple. If I'm good at this as a leader, how much of my day am I spending doing things I'm good at as a leader? Period. Pretty simple question. Now let's look at work you love. Okay, leaders, what do you love to do in leadership? I get the most juice when I am doing this as a leader. That's the question or the statement. Fill it in. How much of your day are you spending doing that kind of work that lifts you as a leader, that lifts others as a leader? And then finally, what results as a leader do I get the most juice out of producing? What results do I, quite frankly, don't care about? And so we're looking at this and we're going, okay, how much of my day, how much of my week, how much of my month, how much of my year am I spending producing these results that honestly, they don't give me the juice? And so here's what emerges. A very clear, crystal clear snapshot of this is where I need to be leading. I need to be spending 80% of my day doing these type of tasks because I'm really good at it. I need to be spending 80% of my day doing this kind of work because I really love it. And I need to be spending 80% of my day delivering these results because they lift me. And when you get that, you go, oh my goodness, this not only works for me, but other people that I lead, other leaders. Now, all of a sudden, you as a leader can go, I can maximize my results big time because I'm operating at high levels of excellence. I mean, I'm spending most of my time doing stuff I'm actually the best at. You want to talk about feeling the juice when this comes together. I mean, it's leaders. You're just like, this is unbelievable. I feel like a superhero, but you're not. It's unbelievable clarity that allows you to then make the changes. I start to delegate things that I am not good at. I start to delegate things that I don't enjoy doing. I start to delegate results that don't interest me. I remove. I hire for. I systemize. Whatever I got to do to get myself into that leadership sweet spot where, again, maximum effort, maximum performance. It's just the only way to lead. And watch your organization grow immeasurably. You're talking about exponential results if you lead this way. 844-747-2577 is the phone number. Let's get it started today with Zach in Logan, Utah. Zach, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
Zach, I'm living the dream. What's going on?
Oh, I know it. I'm a big fan here. I've been binge watching Ramsey show and this.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I'm excited to be on today. I got a question, though. I'm kind of in a transition period potentially here. I've worked myself into an engineering supervisor role at my company that I work for. I've worked here for 8 years. I started as an intern. Really have good relationships with the people I work here. The problem is it's a company that's been acquired twice in the time I've been here. And we've got to the point where leadership is so far distant from us, we can't even, give an intern a raise without permission.
Oh my goodness.
It's been kind of frustrating for me.
Yeah. And
I have non-compete in the space that I'm working in. And I want to be able to do what I'm doing, but not necessarily here. So I have an opportunity to leave and go do some retail sales, which I have some experience in for a year to kind of wait out my non-compete. And I kind of just want to get your feel on if that's a good decision for me.
Well, I don't know if this particular move is the best decision, but I think that, yes, you need to leave, and the sooner that you decide to leave and wait out the non-compete, the better, because this is just a train wreck. This is a leadership fail, and it's not going to get any better, unfortunately, absent of new leadership coming in. So, I think it's a fine. Do I think you should leave? Yes. Is retail sales for a year the best option for you? I don't know. I mean, if you don't go mad, if you can keep your mindset in a place of, I'm only doing this for a year, and honestly, within the first 2 or 3 months, I'm hoping to already land something, or at least start making the really strong connections that I know that I'm going to land something pretty darn soon, or at least have something lined up so that when the 1-year expiration date hits, I'm out. Then, yeah, I'm all for it. Because you want to be an engineer.
Well, maybe some more. Oh, yeah, definitely. And maybe some background info is some of the people that have left already have already started forming something. I just can't go directly to them. Yeah. But I do have an opportunity that's basically going to pay me a guaranteed salary for a year until I wait it out.
Okay. And so is this all engineering work? Is the non-compete that broad?
Well, it's contract engineering work, so we can't be creating something I'm in medical devices. We can't be creating medical devices under contract work.
Okay. Well, here's my only thing. I would just tell you to look around. Absolutely this is a no-brainer, and this isn't a bad decision what you've got lined up. Ideally, if you could at least stay in engineering work but not in medical devices, to me that would be ideal, because then you're staying in your craft, you're getting some valuable experience, also some valuable relationships, but that's up to you. The point is, yes, I think you should leave. You're absolutely right.
And just so I do have an MBA. I did an MBA, so I do have some business background. And what I'm going into retail sales is in pharmaceuticals and home medical.
Yeah.
So there is some crossover to what I'm doing.
Great. Yeah, again, I'm not questioning it in like it's not a good idea. I just wanted to at least push you because you love engineering work. And but yeah, I think it's the right move. You should move on because I've rarely seen these type of leadership things change. Unfortunately, it's probably a big company and they've got their systems and processes and all the leaders think it's really great. And you're going, it just isn't realistic. It's just so bureaucratic that it's not functional. It's not efficient. Is that what I'm basically hearing?
Yeah, I mean, 8 years ago when I started, the general manager at my facility, he made decisions, and it was great. But then as the company's been acquired twice, I mean, I don't even think so. It's actually a foreign group that owns us now. I don't even think they know what we do day to day.
Isn't that pathetic?
And they don't care.
Isn't that pathetic? But see, the reality is that whether it doesn't matter who the parent company is, the people that are running your day-to-day business could do something and say something about it. And I would believe that change could happen if they all unified under it. Like if they go to the parent company going, look, we want to make these changes. Or maybe they've got the autonomy and they don't care. Sounds like there's that autonomy. So either way, it's not for you and I to figure out today. Yes, you should move on. I think you got a good plan. The key to this is what I already hear from you. You know what? It's not engineering work, but it's got some relevant experience to it. It's got some relevant relationship connection opportunities to it. It's good pay, and it's the best option. Instead of staying frustrated and kicking the can down the road, you're biting the bullet and making the transfer. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, 844-747-2577 is the number. I get all these emails. I get these DMs on Instagram, message on Facebook, and I tell people, call the show. People will send me a message on Instagram, and they'll say, hey, Ken, I need your help. And I'll say, I can't answer that to the level that you want me to answer that on Instagram. But you can call the show, and I'm here Monday through Friday from 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Call in. We can change your name. We can change your location. We can even change the industry that you are in. But the reality is that I need to be able to hear from you, ask you questions, and dive in so that I can help you. So I love the interaction on Instagram and Facebook, but many times it's like, hey, just call me. And we can dive in and we can help so much more effectively. So give us a shout, 844-747-2577. Now, let's talk about the hiring process real quick, because right now, a lot of people, the Great Resignation, we're in the middle of this, people changing jobs like crazy. I mean, it's a shifting landscape right now. People moving, all kinds of opportunities. And the reality is that the job hunt can be kind of awful. I'm submitting resumes. It's taking a lot of my time. I'm filling out a new resume 5-6 times a day, or maybe even more. I'm not hearing back. It's crickets, Ken. It's AI. I don't even know if anybody's seen my resume. Well, the good news is my friends at ZipRecruiter can help. ZipRecruiter is the #1 job site in the United States, and it's free. They'll act like your personal recruiter, and they do the hard work of finding jobs that are a great fit for you, and then they actively pitch you to employers. Employers can personally invite you to apply for the job, and then candidates who invite you to apply are almost 3 times as likely to get hired as in any other job site. So take the stress out of job hunting. It's free. Did I mention that it's free? It's free. So go to ZipRecruiter.com/Ken today. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. All right, let's do a quick break. When we come back, I've got some updates on those of you that are thinking about getting qualified, which is stage 2 of our 7 stages. We'll get to that and more. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
We were drawn to Christian Healthcare Ministries because we both had young families and we wanted to have more children. And we had also just started a real estate company and needed to find healthcare coverage that would meet our needs.
We were attracted to CHM because of its low monthly costs and the ability to negotiate medical costs down.
Established in 1981 and accredited by the Better Business Bureau, CHM is here to meet the needs of your growing family or small business. Check us out at chministries.org.
We absolutely believe in it.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. Thrilled to have you as we help you move from paycheck to purpose. That is the title of the new book. The full title is From Paycheck to Purpose, The Clear Path to Doing Work You Love. This book is the 7 stages. No matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what you want to do, whether you just want a good, solid job as a receptionist, or you want to be in the trades, or you want to be in education, you want to be in ministry, it doesn't matter. There is purpose in every job. And so this book unveils the 7 stages: get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, give yourself away. Details my story, super practical, to help you move from stage to stage, because you know you want to make the income and the impact that you desire. You've got a number in your head. You've also got some results in your head that you would love to produce. So it's going to help you figure out what that is, and it's going to help you get there. The new book is available right now for pre-order. It's only $20 at kencoleman.com. But if you pre-order it now, you'll get it shipped to you by publication date, which is November 9th. But listen to this, giving you nearly $200 worth of freebies if you pre-order. Here's what that's made up of: the ebook, the audio book that you get with the hard copy, plus my Get Hired course, which has been a wild success, and nearly $100 worth of other free resources. And if you want extra help on getting clear, stage 1, which we detail how to do it in the book, but we've also now created the digital Get Clear career assessment, which normally is $30 on its own, but you can get the assessment and the book with all of those other freebies for $30. That's an incredible bundle at kencoleman.com. So go get it. All right, let's get back to the phones. David is joining us in Iowa. David, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thank you very much for taking my call.
You bet, David. What's up today?
Hi. My question is, I am currently working as a sales agronomist, and as you know, that hours can be very seasonal. Mm-hmm. And I want to start my own business, which is a CSA, a community-supported agriculture.
Okay.
And I just don't know if I would have time to really start that on the side. So I was wondering if it'd be a good idea to switch jobs, or just kind of get your opinion.
Yeah, I think I know where you're headed here. If this is the dream, the CSA, if that's the dream job, then yes, I would get a day job that affords me 2 things. Number 1, enough pay that I'm stable and I don't have an interruption in income, and I'm not really, squeezing so tight that I can barely focus on anything else. And then the flexibility from a time, if it's a good old fashioned 9 to 5 and it allows me nights and weekends or whatever you need it to be, yeah, it needs to afford you the pay, and it needs to afford you the time to launch the CSA on the side. Yeah, you absolutely are going to need to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. I guess my other one would be, where do you even then begin to start looking for another job? I've only been at this job for like a year, graduated from college, kind of first job.
What job are you in right now? What are you doing again? Tell me what that is.
I'm a sales agronomist.
Yeah, but what is, I totally understood it, but I have no idea what that means.
Oh, so basically you're talking to farmers and selling them fertilizer, chemicals, anything like that, and then obviously then carrying through the services, bringing them all that, and helping them throughout the whole season.
Yeah, I think the first thing I would think of is what are some other jobs that don't require any additional education, don't require a ton of experience, if little at all, and hopefully could I draw on my current sales agronomist role in that farming ag industry? Could you get a, more of a 9 to 5 or a more steady hours within the industry, the ag industry? Okay. That's my first thought, because you have some experience, you certainly have knowledge, and you actually have some connections. So I would go, where can I just get that stable day job within agriculture would be the first place I would look, and I would scour it. The second place that comes to mind, type of work, would just be another sales job. Because again, whether I'm selling fertilizer or a feed or a car or a microwave or whatever, at the end of the day, you've got a year's worth of sales experience, and selling is selling. And there's a lot of companies out there right now that are given some pretty sweet deals for people that are talented that could come in and sell something. So I'd open my mind up to any kind of sales role, as long as, it makes sense to you and it's not some pie in the sky, really tough thing to sell, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the biggest opportunity too, because the more money you make in sales, and I like sales type roles because you got commission, you got kind of no ceiling, right?
Yeah.
So the more money you make in sales, the more money you save to put into the side hustle. That's where my head goes.
No, that makes sense. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Ken.
man, I appreciate the call. Absolutely. 844-747-2577. All right, so the pandemic has changed so much. It's changed so much, obviously. And in some ways, we're still seeing changes. We're still seeing parts of the country moving along a little bit further than others. We got politics involved. It's here we come into the fall. We got variants. Lord only knows what variant's going to show up tomorrow. All right, the pandemic has changed a lot. Well, one of the major shifts is what we're going to talk about right now in our segment, In the News. All right, so this is from Inside Higher Ed, very reputable source in the education industry. And they're reporting here that online learning leaders are reporting that interest in both free and paid credentials is holding steady at a rate that is significantly higher than what they were seeing last year. So even in the midst of the pandemic, when people wanted to keep, learning and keep moving, they kind of had to shift, right, from maybe traditional college. We had a lot of college students had to learn online. So obviously we had very high engagement rates in online learning in 2020. But here we are now. Can you believe? I can't even believe it. It just hit me. We are in the final quarter of 2021. It's unbelievable. And so they're reporting that interest in online, free online, and paid learning credentials has stayed at a rate that is higher than last year. And this is not really surprising. Who are these new online learners? Well, they're a mixture of recent college grads who want to boost the resume, current or prospective college students trying to get ahead, furloughed or laid off workers looking to pivot, and people with stable jobs who are now working from home and they're taking courses related to business technology and public health. So they are, adding to their tool belt. People appear to be more receptive to the idea of online education than they were before the pandemic. And the increased enrollment bears that out. Here's why. And this is not shocking at all. There are a lot of people who would have preferred brick and mortar, face-to-face interaction in any area of life, certainly in learning. But with everybody doing meetings online for a long time, colleges shifting students, with no choice, they had to learn online, schools, parents, people who were previously uncomfortable with it go, it's possible, it's doable. I can learn online, I can meet online, I can communicate online, I can grow online. And so it has just fast forwarded something that was already coming down the pike pretty fast. And it just exploded. And so people are going, I can do this now. I've got margin in my time and I've got some margin money-wise, and I'm going to do it. And so again, why do I share that with you all? Because learning is easier than it's ever been because of online learning. I would be kicking the tires. If there's an area where you want to get more experience, more qualified, more certification, look into it. Get out there and talk to multiple institutions. Don't sign up with the first one you look at. Vet it out. That's why, again, I endorse Bethel Tech. I have vetted Bethel Tech. We now have 40 people from Ken Coleman Show in less than 6 months have signed up with Bethel Tech to move into technology. Why? Because they listened to me. They called Bethel Tech. They went to betheltech.net/Ken Coleman. They looked into it. They asked the questions, and here's what they found. I can do it online in 9 months. I can cash flow my way through it, and they're going to give me a discount less than $15,000 is going to be my total financial commitment. And they've got a placement program that's boasting 80% placement rate for their grads. And I can move into development roles, cybersecurity, all different types of computer tech jobs without a degree. And I can start making $75,000 or more. That's Bethel Tech. That's one example in the tech. There's real estate schools. There are business programs. There are digital marketing programs. I'm kicking the tires on several people that I want to bring on board as partners to help you all get qualified better and faster. And ideally, you're looking for a program like a Bethel Tech that doesn't just qualify you, they connect you. Stage 2 and 3. I get qualified, I get connected. And then they put me right into the workplace. Sorry about that, Joe. I know you hate that with a deep, abiding passion. I forgot to turn the old computer off and got a notification. All right, so there you go. All right, let's have some fun. I got to pull it up on the computer. It's time now for some funny work fails on a Friday. Let's go. Okay, what's the worst workplace screw-up you ever witnessed? This was a question on Reddit. You want to talk about a jungle, is Reddit. I don't go there, but whoever pulled this, thank you very much. Worked at a Circuit City back in 2005. Oh, my gosh, man, Circuit City. There's a blast from the past.
Also called the Big Red Plug.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Worked at Circuit City in 2005 installing car audio. One of my coworkers put a satellite radio in a brand new BMW, but apparently wired something wrong, and the car burned to the ground.
Wow.
Oh, no. Are you serious? You're just supposed to put a satellite radio in my car, and you burned it to the ground. Yikes. Next, we lost a $6 million a year account because the sales guy forgot to change the competitor's logo from a previous contract offer. Oh, boy. The dangers of the template. Templates are great.
They were just a little sensitive.
You better, well, that's true too. But you know what? If you're going to use a template, you better check it before you send it back out. Let's see. This is a report from a cosmetology school. There was a newer girl on the floor who was performing her first color job. Oh, boy. Her client wanted highlights for the summer. Well, when we get a new client in, we're supposed to take a total hair history. I didn't know this. I'm learning something as we go. She failed to do this and didn't realize the client had previously colored her hair with henna. For those who don't know, henna plus bleach equals bad. Oh, my gosh. The client's hair literally melted off of her head. It fell apart and looked like instant mashed potato mix. There was no saving her hair. Needless to say, it was a disaster. The girl ended up learning from the experience, but my heart broke for the client who had to literally have her head shaved. Now, before we blame this poor gal for this, there's some leadership fails here as well. Right? She's brand new, her first color. Maybe we check in with her and go, did you do the hair history? Maybe we have some hand holding on the first color. I don't know. All right, next. I worked at a call center with a strict no cell phone policy. A girl took a selfie at her cubicle, posted it to Instagram, and tagged the company, the location, and the hashtag can't fire me. She was escorted out of the building less than an hour after she posted the photo. Well, that was genius. You're going to hashtag it. You're going to call attention to it. You're going to rub the company's policy right in their face. Oh, man.
Some people just want to be the exception, don't they?
I don't know what's happening there, Joe, but yes. See, you can't fire me. Yes, we can. We would like to see you in the lobby.
And we did.
Within 10 minutes with a box and your plant. We'll be walking you to the car. Hashtag we fired you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Or as the kids say, bye, Felicia. I still don't know where that comes from. I got to dig into that. Good stuff there. All right. My time is almost up. But before I let you go, remember this. You matter, and you do have what it takes. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.